If you are just jumping into Diablo 4, haven't played a Diablo game in many years, or are brand new to the franchise, this guide is the guide for you. I could probably make a 5 to 10 minute video about each of these topics I'm going to cover, but this is meant to be short, sweet, and give you a good starting place as you journey into Sanctuary. My name is actually Arcane. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and all other social media platforms. I create Diablo content for casual players and those new to the game. First, let's talk about class selection. There are currently 5 classes in Diablo 4: Rogue, Necromancer, Sorcerer, Barbarian, and Druid. Each class has its strengths and weaknesses. If one interests you more than the others, my advice is don't worry about finding the one that does the most damage or is the fastest to level. Pick the one that looks the most fun to you. As a starting point, if you enjoy ranged characters, I suggest checking out the Sorcerer. If you enjoy having minions to command, check out Necromancer. If you're looking for a more melee smash build, try Druid or Barbarian. And if you're looking for a mix of everything, try a Rogue. If you're having a hard time deciding what to level first, I really suggest watching some leveling gameplay from each class. You may find yourself drawn to certain spells or builds. Once you've selected the class that you want to level, you can start customizing your character. Diablo 4's character creator is one of the most diverse and inclusive I've seen. The number of hairstyles, skin tones, and body types represented through each class are truly amazing. After picking your class, spend some time on the character creator screen. You will be able to customize your armor throughout the game, but your hair, face cannot be changed once you confirm your character, so make sure you love it. As you're creating your character, you'll see that there are a few different options for character type. If you are up for a challenge, hardcore characters are for you. In hardcore mode, if your character dies, you will be unable to continue the leveling process and your character becomes fully locked. Softcore characters, definitely recommended for new players, let you die as many times as hell demands, with the only costs being damage to your gear and your in-game gold. One thing to note about Diablo 4 is that, like previous Diablo games, it has seasons. Each season, you will create and level a new character, gearing them and enjoying the seasonal changes to the game. Seasons might bring with them new events, enemies, or gear changes that just bring a new spin to the game. Your first opportunity to create a seasonal character will be on July 20th when Season 1 of Diablo 4 releases. After you've finished creating and customizing your character, you select what difficulty you want to enter the world in. World tiers are basically a difficulty setting. You can change it later as you unlock higher difficulties, but if you're new to the game, I'd recommend starting on Tier 1 and working your way up as you get a feel for the game. World Tier 2 is a good starting place for people used to Diablo games and those leveling in groups. World Tier 3 unlocks later in the game after you've completed the campaign and the capstone dungeon, which is located in Kyovashad. World Tier 4 is unlocked after the completion of another capstone dungeon. It is recommended that you're around level 70 before attempting to reach into Tier 4. One of my biggest recommendations for those starting Diablo 4 is to play through the entire storyline. Playing through the campaign will not only unlock new areas and dungeons while providing plenty of experience, but the story of this game is powerful, moving, and honestly, one of the best parts. If you're new to Diablo lore, this is a lore-heavy game. I recommend checking out the Book of Lorath videos on the Diablo YouTube channel. The videos will run you through the backstory of all the characters without you having to play through the previous 3 games. Even if the storyline doesn't really interest you, you do need to complete the campaign before unlocking higher world tiers, so you may as well start off with it. After you complete the introduction scenario, navigating through Sanctuary is fairly simple. Open your map and you can fast travel to any waypoints on the map that you have discovered. To discover new waypoints, you'll have to run and discover the city and click on the waypoint to unlock it. You can teleport to a waypoint from anywhere. And if you're in the middle of a dungeon or out in the world, you can teleport to town to sell unwanted gear, and then teleport right back to where you came from by clicking your personal portal in the center of town. If you're in a party, each of your party members will have a portal in the middle of town that will allow you to teleport to them instantly. If running from town to town seems rather daunting, don't worry, you have the ability to unlock mounts in this game. The ability to summon a mount is granted after completing the quest Mount, Donan's Favor. You receive this quest at the beginning of Act 4 from Donan himself, just outside the Cathedral of Light in Kyovashad. Summon your mount by pressing Z and speed off using the spacebar. You can change your mount appearance at the Stable Master in major cities. You can customize the appearance, armor, and accessories on your mount, and more options are collectible throughout the game. A quick tip for those who haven't picked up on it yet, your general mount speed is dependent on the distance of your cursor from the mount. So if you want to go fast, move your cursor far from the mount. If you want to slow down, bring your cursor closer to the mount. In each town and throughout the map, you will see blue side quests. If you aren't going to complete the side quest right when you pick it up, don't pick it up, because the rewards are based on when you accept it and not when you complete it. So if you accept one quest, gain a few levels, and then complete it, the rewards won't necessarily be worth the effort. Some people prefer to do the side quests while working through the campaign, others like to come back to each town after hitting World Tier 3 for the extra experience gains. Either way you do them, make sure to spend some time reading the quest text. There's a lot of really good storytelling buried in those side quests. Also, as you're traveling through, if you see a dungeon, you don't always need to go in it right away. Sometimes a side quest breadcrumb will take you back to the dungeon later. Waiting may keep you from needing to do the same dungeon multiple times. As you adventure around the map, you may come across Lilith Statues. There are about 160 Lilith Statues scattered throughout the map, so don't worry about collecting them all right away. The statues are often hidden in little corners or houses throughout the map. Once you discover one, you won't need to discover it again on any tunes or in any other seasons. If you come across a Lilith statue that you have not yet collected, it will be glowing red. Once you click the statue and gain the blessing, they go dormant, but will still be visible on your map. I know this seems like a pretty daunting task to collect all 160 Lilith statues, but remember, once you have done it, you don't have to do it again in later seasons. Lilith statues will grant you small, permanent stat bonuses, talent points, or other things that will help you along your way in Sanctuary. As you level, you'll be able to upgrade your health potions, which will definitely come in handy. If you're having difficulty finding your 5 crushed beast bones needed to level your potions up to level 30, find Gaspar's Stillbane near the Fat Goose Inn. He has a guaranteed chance to drop all 5 parts you need. As you level, be sure to make elixirs at the Alchemist. They give you 5% experience and can be found in the Consumables tab of your inventory. Each potion lasts 30 minutes, so keep an eye on the little timer icon above your bars to check how much time you have left. As you level, you will gain talent points. Finding a leveling talent build to follow can help you choose talents throughout the game. Personally, I use DiabloBuilds.com to explore builds and fill in my talent tree. DiabloBuilds.com is a new resource for Diablo players that provides guides, a talent calculator, and a lot of other resources to help you as you begin the leveling process. Most guides will take you through level 50, and then you'll need to start messing with the Paragon board. But that's a whole nother video. One big thing to remember is that there is no rush to hit level 100. It will take many hours in game to hit max level, and that's okay. You can start venturing into the endgame content after level 50, so there's no rush. Remember, Diablo is a quasi-social game. You gain extra experience if you run near other players, and double the experience if they are in your party. Consider leveling with friends to speed the process and just enjoy it. Thank you all for joining me in this crash course on Diablo IV leveling and basics. There is a lot more that goes into every aspect of this game, from gear to dungeons to more builds and talents, but we'll get to that in another video. See you next time, and remember to be kind and have fun playing your game your way. You can find me on YouTube. I do a lot of Diablo IV reactions, and I'm hoping to make some more guides in the future, so make sure to like and subscribe.